Yo, Bieber Beat fam, get ready for a news blast. We've got Umar Khalid taking his fight to the Supreme Court, the 2020 Delhi riots bail pleas heating up the SC, and so much more. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Umar Khalid is making another move in the Supreme Court, challenging the Delhi High Court's decision on his bail. This is a major development in the ongoing legal battles surrounding the 2020 Delhi riots. The Supreme Court is gearing up to hear the bail pleas of prominent figures like Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, and Gulfisha Fatima in connection with the 2020 Delhi riots. These legal maneuvers are crucial for understanding the aftermath of the 2020 Delhi riots. Make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on so you don't miss any of our deep dives. Hit that like, subscribe, and bell icon so you never miss an update. Umar Khalid takes his fight to the Supreme Court. Context: following the Delhi High Court's denial of bail in the larger conspiracy case related to the 2020 Northeast Delhi riots, former JNU student Umar Khalid has now escalated his legal battle to the Supreme Court. This marks his latest attempt to secure release after his plea was rejected by the High Court. Khalid is now the third high-profile accused, after Sharjeel Imam and Gulfisha Fatima, to approach the apex court. They are all challenging the Delhi High Court's September 2 order that dismissed their bail applications. The High Court had previously stated that simply because co-accused received bail, it doesn't automatically entitle others to it, emphasizing that individual factors must be considered. The accused face serious charges including criminal conspiracy, sedition, and violations under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act (UAPA), stemming from their alleged roles as masterminds in the 2020 riots that tragically claimed 53 lives and injured over 700 people. They have been incarcerated since 2020, with some bail granted to others like Safra Zargar on grounds of pregnancy and Asif Iqbal Tanha, Divangana Khalida, and Natasha Narwal on merit. Audience impact: this legal drama continues to capture public attention, with many watching closely to see how the Supreme Court will rule on these high-stakes bail pleas and what it means for the broader implications of the riot case. Don't go anywhere, the legal twists and turns are far from over. Next up, we're diving deeper into the Supreme Court's involvement with the 2020 Delhi riots bail applications. Supreme Court gears up to hear key Delhi riots bail pleas. Context: the Supreme Court is set to hear the bail applications of prominent figures involved in the 2020 Delhi riots, including Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, and Gulfisha Fatima. This hearing is a critical juncture in the legal proceedings following the riots. The apex court will review the bail pleas of Khalid, Imam, and Fatima, who are challenging the Delhi High Court's September 2 order that denied them bail. The High Court had ruled that parity with other co-accused who were granted bail was not established for these individuals. The accused are facing severe charges under the UAPA and IPC, including conspiracy and sedition, for their alleged involvement in orchestrating the riots. These riots, which occurred during the protests against the Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA, and National Register of Citizens, NRC, resulted in significant loss of life and widespread injury. Khalid, Imam, and Fatima have been in custody for over 5 years, and their legal team is arguing for their release based on the prolonged detention period and the potential for extended trial duration. Audience impact: the nation is keenly observing these proceedings, with discussions intensifying online about justice, due process, and the legal ramifications for those accused in one of India's most significant recent civil disturbances. Stay tuned, because the legal ramifications of the 2020 Delhi riots are unfolding in real time. Get ready for the latest on the bail pleas of Umar Khalid and his co-accused as the Supreme Court takes center stage. Activist Umar Khalid challenges High Court bail denial in Supreme Court. Context: activist Umar Khalid has taken his legal battle to the Supreme Court, seeking to overturn the Delhi High Court's decision to deny him bail in a case linked to the alleged conspiracy behind the February 2020 Delhi riots. The Delhi High Court had previously rejected the bail pleas of 9 individuals, including Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, and Gulfisha Fatima, stating that conspiratorial violence under the guise of protests cannot be permitted. The court emphasized that while the right to protest is protected, it is not absolute and is subject to reasonable restrictions to maintain law and order. Khalid, along with others, faces charges under the UAPA and IPC for allegedly masterminding the riots that led to 53 deaths and over 700 injuries. They have denied the allegations and have been in jail since 2020. The High Court's denial was based on the argument that the accused did not deserve parity with co-accused who had been granted bail, and that the extended period of incarceration alone was not sufficient grounds for release. The bail pleas of Imam and Fatima were also moved to the Supreme Court after this High Court decision. Audience impact. This legal challenge by Umar Khalid is drawing significant attention, with civil rights advocates and the public closely monitoring the Supreme Court's review of the High Court's stringent stance on bail in riot-related cases. And the legal saga continues to develop, keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. Next, we'll get into the specifics of the Supreme Court's upcoming hearing for these high-profile bail pleas. Supreme Court to hear bail pleas in 2020 Delhi riots case. Context: the Supreme Court is scheduled to hear the bail pleas of Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, and Gulfisha Fatima on September 12, in connection with the February 2020 Delhi riots. This upcoming hearing at the Apex Court is a critical development for the accused who are seeking release after their bail applications were rejected by the Delhi High Court. The High Court's order, dated September 2, denied bail to Khalid, Imam, Fatima, and several other co-accused, citing reasons of conspiracy and lack of parity with those already granted bail. The charges they face are severe, including conspiracy and sedition under the UAPA and IPC, for their alleged roles in the riots that caused extensive damage and loss of life. The legal teams are expected to present arguments focusing on the prolonged period of their incarceration and the ongoing nature of the trial. The Supreme Court's decision on these pleas will be closely watched. Audience impact. The impending Supreme Court hearing has sparked widespread discussion and anticipation, with many awaiting the court's verdict on these pivotal bail applications. This is a developing story you absolutely need to follow. We've got more details on the legal strategies and potential outcomes in the 2020 Delhi riots bail cases coming right up. What a whirlwind of news. We saw Umar Khalid take his fight to the Supreme Court, and the Apex Court is set to hear crucial bail pleas for the 2020 Delhi riots involving Umar Khalid, Sharjeel Imam, and Gulfisha Fatima. This is a developing situation you need to stay on top of. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the Bieber Beat for all the latest updates, ring that notification bell so you never miss a beat, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Also, give us a follow on all our social media channels for more exclusive content.